go. What is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody's good, man. Thursday Night Football. Injuries was the key. Joey B, Mark Andrews going down, complicating more for fantasy football. We got a massive Week 11 boomer bust. Who we talking? Who's going to boom? Who's going to bust? Running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. We need these victories, man. Fantasy playoffs are right around the corner. You're never out, like I'm saying. Let's talk who's booming this week, man. First on the board, Devin off the A-Chain. A-Chan, he's finally coming back from the IR. Hasn't played since week 5, and he still has almost 100 fantasy points and 75% boom rate, man. The Finns already said that he is going to suit up in this contest. And I mean, he's okay. They're saying he's already been extremely elusive in practice, and while only playing in 14 games, A-Chan is still the running back 24, y'all. Raheem Mostert's been dealing with ankle and knee injury, been limited all week. We shall see what his practice reps are on Friday today. I mean, this will only uplift the outlook of Devin off the A-Chain. First game back for me. I'm calling A-Chan on a boom for this speedy, fantastic running back that we all require to boom this week, man. Rachaad White, 115 points, 55% on the boom rate. And I mean, okay, starting the season, he looked kind of, supremely like a fantasy football bust for us. But the Bucs finally realized and figured out how to use White. The upside has been in a lot of heaping of PPR upside. 24 targets in the last 5 games has uplifted his overall stock while finding the end zone these past 2 contests. It's been glorious for what the point matchups he's been giving us right now, man. Very tough matchup coming up against these San Francisco 49ers. PPR work might be the only thing saving his day. 4 booms in a row. That could be coming to a halt right now. I'm calling a bust for a Rachaad White this week, even though I still probably would start him because I think you're going to have to likely with bye week troubles, but I'd temper the expectations on the top end 15-point ceiling this week for him. Breece Hall on my board, 107 points right now, 44.4 on the boom rate. Not great. But I mean, while Breece has completely blown away my expectations early on this season, he's kind of come back down to earth these past 2 weeks, busting 2 games in a row, not seeing near enough usage. They got rid of Michael Carter. Not like that was a big, standard in this offense anyway. But I mean, playing the Bills in a must-win for both teams this week. We could see weather in the form of rain and snow. Not really good for the pass game, even though it's been anemic with Zach Wilson. Anyway, Garrett Wilson has popped on the injury report and may not suit up this week also. So you got to believe that volume is going to be coming for a Breece Hall. Back to boom for a Breece Hall as they're likely going to ride him big time and heavy in a potential weather game. Travis Etienne, my guy. Okay, he's been a baller this year. 155 points, 66.7 on the boom rate, and he still sits as the running back 3 overall in half PPR leagues. And like I'm saying, Etienne has been an absolute beast and a baller this week. Last week saw him get humbled quite a bit, just like in a very big way, like the entire Jags team. I mean, busting for only the 3rd time this entire season, and the Jags just couldn't get anything going this past week, facing the Titans team this week, who does play the run decently well enough to give you pause, but this contest has a makings of a big-time bounce back for the Jags and a Travis Etienne, so I'm believing that Etienne should be in the realm of 15 to 20 points this week. Bounce back in a very big way. Boom time for my guy, Travis Etienne. Wide receivers, Amari Cooper, 107 points, 66% on the boom rate also. And I mean, okay, he's been hanging on, wide receiver 19 thus far. And I mean, he's picked up steam with Watson. He's having boom games in 4 of the last 5. Top 15 finish was on the docket for Amari, as long as Deshaun Watson was the starting quarterback. Now with the news that Watson is done for the year with a shoulder injury, the Browns have chosen to move to DTR, man. Thompson Robinson at quarterback over a PJ Walker, which is puzzling. I don't understand it. I really don't. It's a puzzling aspect of Cleveland right now. I really thought they were going to go PJ Walker time. I thought he was going to be in line for another start, as he's been able to move this offense decently enough to keep him competitive. But facing a Pittsburgh team and their great pass rush, I mean, this could get ugly fast for this young rookie quarterback. I'm calling a bust for Amari Cooper outside of garbage time. I do not see a whole heaping coming his way this week. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 95 points right now on the season, 50% boom rate. And the big news, the return of Kyler Murray brought massive life to Zona this past week. Kyler led the Cards to a victory with basically a simplified game plan. A lot of target share going to a Trey McBride, which should continue overall. Told y'all, McBride is a baller. He is a great, fabulous tight end, big body, athletic, very quick for a guy his size. But this week we should see expansion in this game plan where Kyler looks to Hollywood to make those big plays, man, facing a Texans defense that has shown, lapses in secondary coverage. And I mean, the fact that CJ Stroud has been balling, that they're going to have to throw the ball in this one. A deep TD could be on the horizon. Let's call boom for a Hollywood. After busting 4 of the last 5 games, it is time to come back to the boom rights for Hollywood Brown. Romeo Doubs, 86 points, 55% on the boom rate. And I mean, okay, the Packers have been this up and down team this year, and this is to be expected with all the youth they have on this team. As the Packers continue to figure out their offense, I mean, the most consistent TD getter on this Green Bay Packers team right now in the receiver room has been a Romeo Doubs. It hasn't been the top end booms this year for Doubs, but at least the consistent floor has been established anywhere from 8 to 12 points. You gotta love it, man, especially over the past 4 weeks. Yes, it's been around the 10-point threshold, but at least he's getting us there. Good flex appeal does rest with a Romeo Doubs facing the Chargers, who are leaky at the best of times on the defensive back end. We should see some love for love as he does air it out a little bit more. Good floor, boom, for a Romeo Doubs. I love it so much, man. I think it's going to be a good one for your flex. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 61 points, only 22% on the boom rate, so it's not been great for this rookie this season. And I mean, the Seahawks have found themselves in middle ground, seeing both struggle, seeing sound play. Past several weeks been very much Jekyll and Hyde, having a big divisional showdown versus these LA Rams in LA. I mean, the Rams should play. They still have been playing good defense. We got to be real where it's at. But I mean, locking in on DK and Lockett should be the MO of this defense this week, which should leave JSN open in the prime over the middle to feast in the slot. You got to believe it. I think it is coming this week to see him get back at least into the end zone. Booming 50% over his last 4 games. There is upside growing for this young rookie. Boom game with a TD upcoming is my prediction for Jackson Smith-Njigba. Finish it off with tight ends. Tyler Higbee, same contest. 41 points, 22% on the boom rate as well. So on the reverse of the Hawks, the Rams are coming off the bye, and I mean, starting to get healthier every week. Matthew Stafford should be in line to suit up this contest, which should uplift this offense as a whole. We know what Matthew Stafford can do with all of these pass catchers. Even though the Rams hedged their bets with a Carson Wentz, Higbee's season has been forgettable and regrettable. No kidding, man. Only booming back-to-back weeks in week 3 and 4. Other than that, it has not been good. This is a massive risk. No kidding. I'm not telling y'all that this is a sure thing. It's a high risk, high reward because, I mean, bye-week troubles on the tight end spot, injuries on the tight end spot. We require somebody. High risk, high reward. Boom here for a potential TD for a Tyler Higbee. Jake Ferguson, 77 points, 55% on the boom rate. And I mean, the Cowboys continue to find their offensive pedigree, which is great positives for all us Dallas Cowboy owners. Ferguson, I mean, he's been a wonderful point getter these past 3 weeks. I mean, since coming off the bye week, Ferguson has 3 booms with a great ceiling of 18.6, y'all. It is very good. Booming the last 3 contests. Dallas has another great matchup versus Carolina Panthers. And I mean, the caveat here also is the Carolina Panthers do have struggles overall, but they do defend wide receivers extremely strong still, nevertheless. So, I mean, this should leave a lot of room for Ferguson to roam free. Dak Prescott always loves his tight ends, and Ferg is getting in the end zone. This is good positives. The booms continue for, the good tight end here, a reliable tight end for these Dallas Cowboys. Cole Kmet, 95 points right now, but only 40% on the boom rate. The Bears season has been nothing short of a disaster. We know this, but Cole Kmet has climbed all the way up to the tight end 5 spot in half PPR leagues, if you can believe it. That's what I'm saying. Almost 100 points for this guy, but everyone's going to say, well, how can his boom rate be so low if his points are so high? Let me explain. The booms are coming in only 4 contests, man. 70.2 points have come in those 4 games, where the other 5 have only seen 24.9 points scored. This is a big problem, and you can't trust him week to week. And when he does boom, he's booming big. Justin Fields likely coming back to suit up off the thumb injury. We'll see how rusty he'll be, and we'll see how this offense does go. Target share should still be here, but you got to believe they want to force feed DJ Moore, because ever since Fields went down, DJ Moore has taken a massive backseat to a Cole Kmet, so his role should come back DJ Moore's role should come back, where Cole Kmet should see it, tapered off a little bit. So you got to think touchdown upside is here, but I think it's a bust for a Cole Kmet on a potential return for a Justin Fields. Last one is Logan Thomas, 70 points, 33% on the boom. And the Commies, they got the league-leading quarterback in pass yards right now in my guy Sam Howell, and he hasn't been shy in spreading this ball around all over the place, having target share to at least 10 different players this past week, if I'm not mistaken. So he's spreading the ball magnificently to everyone. It will be a tough sell for me to tell everybody there's traction coming for anybody going to be eating a full plate in this offense. Sam Howell just continues to spread it around. Logan has only one boom in the last 5 weeks. This is not good news. The odds indicate that a boom should be coming his way this week, but we're going to play it safe on the safe side, where Howell continues to spread the ball around to all his wide receivers. Eric Bieniemy has a good scheme for this Commies offense. I'm calling a bust once again, outside of a TD saving Logan Thomas's day this week. But there you have it. That is week number 11, boomer bust. I got start sit for y'all on Saturday, so definitely stay tuned for that like always. But we'll get out of here, man. Nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts, and we'll see you next time. I am out.